So guys, that's basically our house. As you can see, there's some lights, there's some blocks. It's still at the foundation level. All of this. Hello guys, welcome to Goodness Living. This is Sobile. I am coming live from Toyane at our humble abode. So guys, we are here so that I can give you the update as to what has been happening here. We are actually building our home at the village. So we're here today, so I would like to give you an update as to what's been happening. So yes, the project is moving along, things are happening. So we are still at the foundation level, but our foundation was so deep because the place where we are at, it's full of water. So we wanted to make sure that the foundation that we build would be capable to cater for water. So hence that's why our foundation is just a bit higher than the normal foundation. So but I just want to show you, like last week, what was happening. They actually dug the trenches. They were filling up with concrete, and this week there's some progress that you're gonna see. Let me just show you what's been happening around here. So guys, that's basically our house. As you can see, there's some lights, there's some blocks. It's still at the foundation level. All of this that you see is part of the foundation. Let me just show you. So for an example, it looks like this level that they are at, it's all foundation, because what we are going to be doing, we are going to be filling all this up with more sand and level up, and then we start with the slab, and then the guys can now start building going up. So the foundation, they've made it a bit higher because the place is a bit watery. So it's a wet area, so they've made it a bit higher because all of this is still foundation. So as you can see here, this we are going to be filling it up with sand, more sand, and then once more sand has been put up here, then they will put the slab, then they can start building going up. So as you can see, this, because the foundation is 4 levels or 4 blocks, 4 lines going up to the window level. They were just proposing that probably they'll also put 4 blocks up to the window level. So but last week, to me, when they just dug, it looked like the house was too small. It is so small, but it's understandable because this is 2 bedroom. So it's 2 bedrooms, so it is understandable why it would look like it's small, or why it would be small, because our decision was that we're not going to be putting a lot of rooms in here. We're just going to be putting 2 bedrooms, and then we've got a study that you can actually use as a small 3rd bedroom, especially if you're going to be having visitors. But we figured let's just not over-capitalize, as I've indicated before. We don't want to over-capitalize, simple because we're here at the villages and we still have our suburb house, which obviously we still also need to zhuzh up, because I think our focus has been here. But guys, we are excited. So we've called up a TLB to come and help us put more sand here. I'm going to show you once the TLB comes, and then they will put more, not sand, soil, more soil here, so that all of this is covered. So that's basically, and then it will be kind of like flat, and then after that, then they will start building up. So at face value, you wouldn't have thought that we needed to have such a high foundation, but we have seen, we're taking the lessons from other people. Basically, we have seen other houses, they're struggling with water. So we're like, you know what, we don't want to struggle with water, since we've seen what's been happening with the other sides and the other people. Let's rather elevate our foundation to be a bit higher, so that we move away from water, from the water level. Hence, that's why we've done it this way. So yes, it looks so high. Now that I'm thinking about it, it actually looks like it's 4 levels. It's actually, other areas it's 4, other areas it's 5. So I think the builder was also working with how the land was excavated. So that's why in other areas it's 4, in other areas it's 5. So 5 levels. So but that is great. We're happy with that. Very excited. Let's see how this pans out. But I still maintain that the house looks small, but it's okay because we just here in the villages. And then, like I've said, should we feel or should we think that we need to, should we think or feel in the future that we need to make it a bit bigger or extend it? Well, we have an option to extend it. We've got an ample space in front to be able to extend. Actually, our space is quite big, so we can do just about anything. But I think the reason why we bought big land, we wanted to make sure that it's space enough that we are free and we are the village, and also we can plant, we can we can have trees, we can have fruit trees. Yeah, so that's the reason. So now the TLB is here. If you can hear that noise, there is a TLB. TLB is here to help us. Hopefully we'll be able to achieve what the TLB has come to actually do. So yes, guys. So this is going to be my thumbnail. Thumbnail. So that's TLB to come and assist us with excavating soil so that we can put it here at our foundation. So we are really excited with that. So yes, guys. So yes, guys. Lingelela. So introduce yourself. What's your name? And tell my people. Okay, Mamshongo works here with Mr. Mchunu, so they are helping here. She's the only flower amongst the roses. No, amongst the thorns. Amongst the thorns. She's the only flower or rose amongst the thorns. So that's the right English word. So this is the guys. The guys are now coming to guide the TLB as the TLB will be excavating. So what we are going to be doing, we are going to be removing this plaster sand from where it is, because we want to excavate behind where the sand is. That soil over there, we want to excavate it and push it inside. And then also we want to push in this soil here. So now planning is underway. So the builder is planning with my husband there, and then the guys, and yeah, like it's happening. It's happening, guys. It is happening. So this is it. So there's some progress. Yes, the house does look small, but what was I expecting? It's a 2-bedroom. So that's why it's supposed to be this size. So yes, guys. Yes. So let me check before they excavate. Let me just double check.
20 passes.
Okay. So I want to check how many bags of cement there is. So the builder was mentioning, if I'm going this way, the light is, when you're going this way, if I'm going this way towards the stand, there is more light, but if I'm going that way, there is no light. So I'm going that way. Okay, maybe I must do it this way. I want to check the bags of cement that are left. They're just telling us that they are going to be running out of cement. So just want to see how many bags. No construction, one thing that I've realized, you can't plan to the T, because the bags that we have currently, I thought they were going to take a bigger space, but they've used a lot of cement just for foundation, and they're not even done with the foundation. Okay. So guys, I was checking. So these are the cement bags that I just left. We had cement bags that were full up until this whole section, but look at what we have here. So it means we need to order more cement. I'm just gonna ask them what's these, because these are types of cements. We've got the blue one and the red one, as to do they find the difference between the two. I want to find if there is a difference, or are they finding if there is a difference between the two cement bags, because one is more expensive than the other. Otherwise, if there is no difference, then I would rather want to order the cheaper one. So I'm going to ask the builder. Guys, let's go and see what the TLB is actually doing with that side. Using a TLB is usually expensive, but at the same time you don't want to be delayed by doing this manually, because you can do this manually and get sand and ask people to put it manually, but it also takes longer. So that's why we've opted to use the TLB. Then we can just fill up the space. That's basically what we are actually doing now. So it's gonna dig, and then once he has dug with the TLB, he's gonna take the soil and put it inside the foundation. Right there. Right there. So there's the TLB. Check and inspect the poles. If these poles are not bent, the poles for the fence, see the poles for the fence if they are not bent. So in winter people normally bend the grass, so this is basically what they've done. They will be bending from that side over there, and then obviously the fire came up here where we are. So here we've got these stumps that we've been having over here. They've been buried and hidden by grass, but we still have those stumps. So I want to check the air condition as well, if they are not rotting, because things are rot here. they were buried by grass because we had long grass here. So these stumps, we got them when we were excavating that space where we are building. They've been here because we kind of like not having a plan as to what to do with them. So, but they're now fewer because I think some other people, they use them for cooking basically. Okay, let's check the fence poles. Oh, fence poles are actually not bent at all because there was less grass the other side. Maybe there will be other areas where there will be a sign of them being bent, but from what I can see, not bent at all, which is a good thing. See, oh yeah, see from here, not bent at all, but I'm not sure whether that's the case with all the other poles. The ones that I've just checked, a few obviously because I'm doing a sample, they're not bent. But poor things, my bananas, look at my bananas. Look at the bananas. Totally bent. Look at the bananas. So the fire must have been very strong. Look at this. These are bananas. They've been struggling to grow these bananas. I don't know what to do with them. But they were bent. I don't know why, how. But somehow they caught up with the heat. So let me check the other trees. We've got some couple of trees on the other side. Just want to see whether they were not bent. That's basically what's happening, guys. I'm not sure you're able to hear me clearly because the TLB is making some noise, obviously. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Lighting. Oh no, my poor trees. Look at that. This is not nice. This is not nice. I've got some couple of trees that I planted here. They've got bent. This is one of the trees that I planted. Look. Shame, poor thing. Yeah, that's the first one. Well, the second one, lucky was lucky. There's the second one here. Got lucky, never got bent, as you can see. So that's the tree that I'm talking about. These trees, they look small, but they grow. They get to be like 1.5 meters tall or more when they've grown. But there is the third one here. Also got this one got bent also. Yeah, shame, poor thing. Also got bent. Yeah, that's not nice. But I'm hoping that they're gonna recover or survive, regrow the leaves. Let me go back to just see what the guys are doing there. Because as the TLB is bringing sand or soil, so the guys are trying to level it up with the shovels or spades. So that's basically what they are trying to do. See. Now I see the TLB is also helping me to spread it. you could consider this as before, meaning before they put the sand or soil, and then some of the other soil been removed from here, and then that would be the after. So this is one room where they put enough sand or soil. It contains sand, soil. Looks like when it's filled up. So from an angle, this is how it looks like. Before it was like this or like that, and then get filled up. So guys, I want to show you something. Not sure whether you remember this. So if you've been following me for a while, you remember this. This used to be a hole where we thought we were going to build a toilet or a pit latrine. Somehow now we've changed our minds because this place is so watery, so the water would come up underneath. So now we're thinking we're just going to contaminate ground soil, so we need to find a way. Probably we'll end up not building this toilet. So it used to be so full, but if you're new here, I'm giving you context. This used to be what we thought was going to be our pit latrines, and then that we thought we were going to develop it, probably make it a shower, an outside shower. And then when we had challenges with this, then we ended up hiring this. So that's basically that. But for now, this doesn't have water because it's winter. In South Africa, guys, it's winter. Another interesting thing, here at the villages, that is what you're gonna find. You'll find palm trees that just grow by themselves outside. I was so tempted to say, can we move some of these palm trees and move them inside? Some of them are fully grown, some are short. But here inside our yard, we've got some palm trees, but they got bent. It got bent now. I think we need to clean up the space. We're still gonna clean up as and when we continue building. Clean up that space so that we are able to access all corners of our land. But as you can see outside, that's a wet area or wetland area or a stream. We've got more palms. So you get to find palm trees. Basically, I would say these palm trees are indigenous trees here, because that's why they grow like automatically. Ideally, you're not supposed to harvest trees. But because it's at the villages, nobody would care. But in terms of the law, you're not supposed to move trees anyhow you please. But I guess we can get those palm trees and bring them inside. But we've got one bent, and then there's another one. Well, actually we've got 3 palm trees here. We've got this one here, and then there is one next to my rock. I haven't showed you my rock. Next to my rock over there, and then we've got one also. Maybe let me go and show you practically to give you more updates on what has been happening here. And also if you are new on this channel, so this is our plot, this is our land, village land, in South Africa, in a province called KwaZulu-Natal. So that's where we are. So we've got our John D. That John D, one of our other guys here, they stay in one room, and then the other room we use as storage. And then we've got my project here. That project has stalled or has stopped because now we've got a different focus. Now we are building our house. That's why it has stalled a bit, but we are going to continue with that. And then there's a rock. There is a rock that I love. a rock that I love. It's just difficult to access it because there's a lot of weeds here. Then that's a rock. So I wanted to show you next to the rock we've got palm tree. See, that's the palm tree, right? But I can't access the space because there's so much weeds. So, but there's a beautiful rock. So I think when we finish building and things like that, clear things up here, and then maybe put flowers and landscape around this rock. It's going to be closer to the house. Maybe there in the middle also, or landscape, maybe put a tree just there, just to make the place look a bit nicer. So that's basically what we're gonna do. Future plans, I'm not sure what other physical structure we are going to be building here, but I think I like the rondavel, so I'm still to convince my husband on the idea of building a rondavel. Maybe that will be last structure, unless if we decide to extend, but I doubt that we would want to extend, that's for sure. I think this will be enough. Of course, it will be enough for me and my husband and my youngest son, because my two other kids, as they grow, they're gonna want to go and stay at their own other places, and they're gonna just probably come and visit us as and when they visit us. And then when we are older, the grandkids, when we have grandkids, the grandkids at that time they'll come and visit us when we're here. But besides that, we also have our home at the suburbs, so which we still love, and we still want to renovate that house to the standard that we want it to be. It's not the standard that we are expecting at this point. One would have argued to say, instead of you coming to build here at the village, you probably were supposed to renovate your suburb house to the standard that you expect, then come and build here afterwards. But we figured, you know what, our house at the suburb is habitable the way it is. For us to renovate it to the standard that we actually expect would be just to enhance it, but it's not like it's not habitable now. So we'd rather have resources to build here, so that if it's necessary that we have another space for security purposes, then we have space here, rather than to put all eggs in one basket. So guys, I'm not even sure, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should not have been talking whilst the TLB is just working there, because it's making noise. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to do a voiceover depending as to whether I'm clear or not. Okay, the work continues. The TLB is still helping us. Show you what they are doing. They're filling the next rooms. That's what they're doing. This is what they're doing. Filling the next rooms. Guys, have you seen something like this? Is this how you build at your own areas? TLB is creating a bridge here. I'm hoping that these bricks are not going to be broken as he drives over them. He's creating a bridge. He wants to drive over so that he can push the soil inside. That's basically what he's trying to do here. Let's see how is that gonna work. I wonder, because I'm worried that it's gonna be breaking those blocks over there. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because the thinking was, how is he going to reach that side? From here, if you move up until there. So that is the worry, to say how is he going to reach. Hence that's why now he's creating a bridge for himself so that he can be able to drive over and then be able to pour soil everywhere. Maybe it's also going to be quicker if he does that. See now, he's able to drive up until the pour soil. Great, Polani. I think you're gonna greet properly because I don't think they hear you much, but you can just.
Hello people, how are you guys?
Nice lighting. So I wanna take a walk. I'm gonna come back. So this is basically what they've done. This is the next room. This is the first room. This is an adjacent room. So yeah. Okay. Guys, so this is what you get at the villages. So this is just a random flower. So basically we have this at our suburb house, and we bought this, but here it just grows naturally. So these are the things that we were thinking that some of them we can just transplant them, like the way we transplanted the mango. Or actually we must just double check whether the mango survived, because last week we transplanted the mango that we just randomly got. Guys, this is our aloe. Look at how aloe vera, look at how big it is now.
No, thank you very much.
Guys, it is a wrap. They've actually finished. The TLB has finished putting soil. Now the guys are just spreading it across the last bit of the grass, of the soil. They're spreading across. After this, the next step is to compress the soil, and then they'll put the slab, and then they can start building going up. Guys, this is where the soil was excavated to put it there at the foundation. So this has actually created our yard, our flattened yard, to be a bit bigger because of this excavation. This is where we have our mango. The mango that we got from outside there by the driveway. And I see Kolani next to the mango has planted chilies.